Hey guys, my name is Devonte, and I sacrificed my time so you don't have to. Can someone help me out here for a minute? Because I'm very, very confused. Maybe I'm stuck in a bubble. Maybe I'm stuck in a warp. I thought that AEW wasn't competition. That's what I heard. I've always said that if you want to argue competitiveness, that's perfectly fine, because obviously the numbers are so vastly different for the main card shows that you can't necessarily call them competitive, so I can understand that. But competition implies that there's nobody else in the market that's giving you a run for your money. Yeah, I think AEW is giving WWE a run for its money. At the very least, they noticed them as a competitor. So we have Asuka going to NXT. Okay. We have Becky Lynch, who's the NXT Women's Champion. Okay. We have John Cena going to NXT. Okay. We have Paul Heyman going to NXT. Okay. And allegedly, supposedly, we have the Undertaker going to NXT. What? That doesn't even sound right. That doesn't even feel right. So I guess by default, this is probably going to be the smallest crowd the Undertaker has wrestled in front of since like probably the 1980s. That's wild. How are you going to sit here and say that AEW is not a competitor? We do not view them as a competitor, but you go all out like this for a Tuesday. Honestly, I don't think you really have to do that. What they've been doing for the longest these past couple of weeks seems to be pretty damn good so far, considering AEW brought back Edge and they couldn't even capitalize on NXT, and NXT beat the shit out of them by almost 60,000 views, and they didn't need any of the stuff they're going to bring next week. Is AEW going to lose to WWE? You bet your bottom dollar they're going to get their asses annihilated next. Well, you know what? Maybe I want to see annihilated, because it's going to be a little bit of an overlap for sure. But to sit here and pretend that AEW isn't at the very, very least in WWE's rearview mirror, I think is just, that's just ridiculous. They're gonna bring the Undertaker in for fucking NXT. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's complete overkill. You don't have to do that. You know what? Fine, whatever. I don't care. I really don't. So tell me what you really don't. I really don't. I really don't give a fuck. Okay, wait, hang on. Let's see what's shown for the tap for tonight. Let's see what's shown the tap for tonight. No more talking about the Undertaker. We'll talk about Undertaker on Tuesday. So let's see. So far, all I really see for tonight is Charlotte and Asuka. They're set to team up against Io Sky and Bayley. And we have a match with Rey Mysterio versus Bobby Lashley. Oh boy, is there anything else fun? There's nothing else fun? God, this sounds like this be. Hang on. Okay, so we have the Judgment Day. They're going to show up on Smackdown because fuck the brand split. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso will appear because, again, fuck the brand split. Charlotte and Asuka versus Io Sky and Bayley. Okay. Rey Mysterio versus Bobby Lashley. And Dragon Lee versus Austin Theory. Ooh. This sounds like a really, really terrible show for tonight. But, hey, all the shows that usually sound terrible end up being really, really good. So without further ado, let's go on with the show, baby. Come on. Huh. That's a tad bit hypocritical of AEW. They got a new shirt off of Christian Cage that says, go fuck yourself, but it's like an initial, so it's like GFY. Didn't they just like, well, in kayfabe, or I don't know if it's real or kayfabe, but apparently they fined Jon Moxley about cursing on commentary, and I think they legitimately fined Paige not too long ago also for cursing. If all that happens to be true, excuse me folks, if that all happens to be true and they're selling a shirt that's swearing on it, I don't know, I don't know, I find it to be a little bit hypocritical. Maybe that's just me though. Alright, so I got through a couple of segments. I got through the opener and I got through the tag team women's match. The opener in itself was pretty okay, I guess. I mean, it was really nothing at all. It was John Cena. You had the Bloodline, whatever I don't even know if I even want to call them the Bloodline when Roman Reigns is not there. Sami Zayn is no longer in the group. Jey Uso is no longer in the group. It's like a tag team with Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, and they have Paul Heyman as a manager. I mean, seriously, literally half your stable isn't even there anymore every week, and I still don't know the position of where Jimmy Uso lies. I don't know, do I even want to call it the Bloodline? Either way though, LA Knight came out to a huge ovation, he did his typical promo spiel, which is awesome. I mean, it's nothing really to write home about, but it's always nice to see him cut his catchphrase, and it's always nice to hear the crowd actually react to a legitimate star. So that was pretty good. And you had a tag team match with Asuka and Charlotte Flair to take on Io Shirai and Bayley. They recap what happened last week with Io Shirai having her triple threat match accepted on. God damn it! Let me try to get. Hang on. Yeah, I know. You heard that noise in your mom's bedroom last time. Yeah, that was absolutely me. Bayley accepted on behalf of Io Shirai the triple threat match. That was a recap for last week. There we go. Easy for me to say. They had the tag team match, and honestly, it's very forgettable. There's not really much to talk about. No dangerous spots. Nothing happened. It was just building momentum for tomorrow night. You did get a Tower of Doom spot, which was kind of peculiar. I guess that's probably like the only notable spot, because like you had Bayley on the top of the Tower of Doom, and Io Shirai power bombed Charlotte and Asuka when they were superplexing Bayley, and it's like, I mean, they didn't play it up in commentary, but I mean, maybe I should play it up, even though it doesn't really matter if the commentary isn't playing up. But I was gonna say, I mean, I do find it peculiar. It's not as if Io can't see Bayley up there. She could have just punched them in the back and pulled them down. You know, it would have been nice if they told a story and they were like, oh, you know, did Io do that on purpose? Did she know that Bayley was in the top of the pile? I don't know, something along the lines of that. You just got a stereotypical match, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess the finish was Charlotte. She hit Asuka in the face with a bit boot by accident, and then Bayley knocked out Io Shirai by accident, and then Charlotte ended up hitting the natural selection, one of the worst finishers of professional wrestling history, for the win. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that match right there. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. You did have show up in the locker room. The Judgment Day show up in the locker room of the supposed, because again, I don't want to say they're fully there when they're not fully there, but the supposed Bloodline stable. They ended up in their locker room, and they went to commercial and they came back, and this is so fucking goofy. So they walk in and they see the Judgment Day, and Jimmy Uso even remarks, he's like, why the hell are you guys in here? And Finn Balor's like, because we can, or some bullshit like that. And they come back and they're all awkwardly facing each other, but the camera shot's like looking at all of them like it's a face-off. It's so fucking weird, dude. It's so fucking weird. But Rhea Ripley, the actual leader of the Judgment Day, kicked everybody out of the locker room. Even gave Damian Priest, who was staring down Solo Sikoa, her blessings to leave the locker room. And then Paul Heyman told Solo he could leave also. And Rhea's like, let's talk. And they went to commercial break. And here we are now with Bobby Lashley versus Rey Mysterio, with the LWO in Rey Mysterio's corner and the Street Profits in Bobby Lashley's corner. They did recap what happened last week, with Bobby Lashley telling the Street Profits to prove themselves, when the Street Profits ended up hitting their dope-ass spinebuster neckbreaker finisher on, what was that? One of the, maybe, what's his name again? Not Rue Mendoza. The other one. The DJ guy from TNA, whatever his name is, who gives a shit. I actually remember their names last week. All of a sudden I can't remember this week. Whatever though. That happens, and we're still currently in the match right now, so let's get back to that. I mean, I guess. Okay, so right now I just got finished watching this segment with Rhea Ripley and Paul Heyman. And I mean, Rhea looks like a complete badass. You know, for a woman who doesn't have a lot of challengers for her women's championship, how does she look more badass than the people who actually, like Io Shirai? She has I mean, not that that's really saying much, because Io doesn't really have that much competition either, but she has more competition than Rhea Ripley. How the hell does Io Shirai look weaker than, you know what I'm trying to say? That she looks weaker than Rhea Ripley, when Rhea Ripley is so, I don't know, I'm confusing myself right now. I mean, I know why. It's because Rhea Ripley is actually in the group, and quite frankly, she's probably the leader of that group. You know, to be quite frank also, now that Rhea's in this position, I'd probably say Rhea's like the third strongest champion on that entire show. I mean, really, probably the fourth, maybe. I'd probably put Seth Rollins. Well, I don't know, actually, now that I think about it, I probably would put Rhea Ripley above Seth Rollins for now. But, yeah, I actually probably would do that. Oh, what's going on? What's this going on? What's this? Wait, what anniversary's coming up? I see Smackdown as if they're doing like an anniversary show. Which moment is? Wait, but what's going on though? Top 25. Oh, that should be pretty cool. Oh, but it's WWE's list. You know, I might do something similar then. You know what? If they're going to do something like that, maybe I might do a video to counteract that and give you a real top 25 best SmackDown moments of all time. Should I do a video like that? Let me know down in the comment section below. I might do something like that. If WWE's going to put out a video of their top 25 biased garbage list, and in order for you to actually make that list, you have to be a legend within that company or currently working for that company, then go for it. I mean, what's the number one thing they're probably going to put on their list? Probably some nonsense like Brock Lesnar suplex and Big Show and it collapsing the entire ring, something along the lines of that. But I might do a counteract list. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But nevertheless, though, Rhea Ripley, she said that she wanted to like make a super group between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day, which I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt. I guess. I mean, I really don't give a shit either way. I mean, both groups I don't really care for, but I'm assuming that's a way to try to build up to War Games. So, you know, it is what it is. I like to see how it plays out at the very least. You're going to introduce something like this. At the very least, I could see how it's going to play out. And then you had a tag team match a one-on-one match with Rey Mysterio and Bobby Lashley. Party like it's 2006, am I right? I mean, again, one of those matches where it is what it is. I did like the finish, though, the finishing sequences to the match, where you had the Street Profits. That shit was fucking hilarious. So, after Bobby Lashley was outside the ring, he threw Santos Escobar over the barricade, which got Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro involved in the match, right? Yeah, I remember their names. Wow, see? It just comes and goes. And they started fighting the Street Profits, and it was a spot where Cruz del Toro was thrown into the steel steps by Bobby Lashley. Joaquin Wilde tried to do something to the Street Profits, and that shit was that was actually pretty damn cool. They're coming up with some really cool tandem tag team moves. Angelo Dawkins, he like pounced Joaquin Wilde up in the air. He got some decent height too, from the floor up into the air, and he got caught into a German suplex from Montez Ford. But all this happened on the floor. It was actually pretty goddamn brutal. And Rey Mysterio, he wasn't paying attention. He was looking out. And I was like, oh, I want to see how this spirit looks like. Because it's Rey Mysterio, who's so much smaller than Bobby Lashley. And Bobby Lashley just fucking annihilates him. He just destroys him. So the entire match, I didn't really care much for. But that last like 2 to 3 minutes was actually pretty damn cool. And is there anything else going on so far? Oh, yeah. And I don't think I mentioned this already. But Roman Reigns is coming back next week for SmackDown, which I'm pretty sure you knew already. Do we have a debut? Oh, no, that's the, what's the name again? I forgot her partner's name, but something. I know it's Alba Fire, right? Kaylee Ray, but I forgot her partner's name, nor do I really give a shit. So let's continue on with the show, but I see a program. Yeah, I see a promo vignette from the No Booties, so yeah, don't care. Continuing on, though. All right, that was a pretty good match. I like that. I like that between Dragon Lee and Austin Theory. Not that I'm surprised. I mean, Austin Theory is kind of boring, although he did have a pretty decent matchup tonight. But I wasn't surprised because Dragon Lee fucking rules. I love Dragon Lee. He's one of those guys like what's the people name? Like Bandito or like Commander, or who's the other guy's name? The one who went against Kenny Omega. I don't really like him all too much, but he's like those guys. More in particular, like Bandito, because Bandito, he's the one who's really strong, right? He's the one that does the power moves for a luchador. Well, Dragon Lee's kind of the same way. He does the the power moves for a luchador. That was a really sweet ass counter that he did. I can't explain it. He tried to. It looked like he was evading a move from Austin Theory, and he kind of like wrapped around his arm, and when he came back down to his feet, when he wrapped around his arm, as if like like if I had to say it, like he's giving himself a self Spanish fly from a standing position, but without flipping his opponent. He kind of did that when he flipped over his arm, landed on his feet, and when he landed on his feet, he landed directly into a powerbomb position, picked up Austin Theory and hit a sweet ass sit out powerbomb. That was actually really fucking cool. And Austin Theory pulled out a really nice move also. He like did this move where he picked them up by one arm, flipped them inside out he lifted. I can't explain. Like he lifted his arm up. He's like facing Dragon Lee. He lifts his arm up, spins him around, and then it kind of falls into like a modified flatliner. It was really fucking cool. I liked it. That should be his finisher. That makes more sense than the A-Town Down. Regardless, though, you had what's that nigga name again? Oh yeah, Cameron Grimes. I'm tired as fuck, guys. Had a long day at work, but Cameron Grimes brought his hillbilly ass out, and he ended up distracting because Grayson Waller came out too, and he ended up distracting. I think he attacked Grayson Waller and pushed him into the pole or something like that, and it was enough of a distraction for. It was enough of a distraction for Austin Theory to hit the most deadliest finisher in wrestling history, the deadly roll-up finish, to get a pin off an Austin Theory. That was pretty cool. And I like how they're following up throughout the night also with Jey Uso and Rhea Ripley and the Bloodline and all this other kind of stuff. That's really cool. That's what I want to see more of. I've been talking about this kind of shit for the longest now. They don't do this in AEW when they follow up on people throughout the night or follow up on storylines throughout the night. That's what I want to see. I want to see more story arcs. I want to see more angles, and I'm getting that right now. So hopefully this has a payoff by the end of tonight. Even though I don't necessarily care for the story all too much, it's just the thought that counts. Just the fact that they're even attempting to tell you some kind of story throughout the night is good enough for me. It's more than what we get from AEW, which is just silly ass match after match after match after match after match. Now granted, the matches tonight are pretty goddamn boring. I mean, this match was pretty good, but the other two were kind of boring, even though I like the finishing sequence of the Bobby Lashley and Rey Mysterio match. But you know, I'll take boring matches and compelling angles any day over dope matches and no angles at all. But with that being said, let's get back to the show. Okay, just a little bit of a recap before we go directly into the main event between LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. We did have Rey Mysterio talk to Santos Escobar backstage. Apparently, Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro won't be available because they got the living shit kicked out of them by Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. So now they're going to go in 2-on-3 and a handicap match. Psych! No, they're not. They're not going to do that. Why would I lie to you guys like that? I feel bad. Did I give you a jump scare? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I should feel sorry, but I'm not really sorry. But guess what's going to happen, though? Rey Mysterio is going to call in one of his little Mexican friends across the border to bring your asses over here. I got some hooks and I got some rope. Get your ass over this wall. We're about to make some moolah. Andale. Hasta luego. Wait, no, I mean see you later. You get what I'm trying to say, though. My point being is, though, Rey Mysterio has a mystery partner chosen to team up with him as Santos Escobar. Is it going to be someone like a Dragon Lee? Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. So why the fuck are you trying to guess, boy, bitch ass nigga? All right, now continuing on though. And for the most part, this was just really recapping everything that happened on Raw with Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins. Apparently, they're going to have a last man standing match. I knew about that already, but, you know, I feel like I'm saying this now affirmatively. I can't think of the word right now. Affirmatively, right? Yeah, fuck. I said it the first time. God damn, bro. What the fuck's going on? I need to change my diapers. Getting too old for this shit. And then we started to recap everything that's going to happen going into Fastlane as far as the match card is considered. Yo, am I tripping? Like, when they were going down the match card, I'm trying to think. They said Seth Rollins. Wait, what was the match? Yeah, I'm trying to think to myself. They said, who was it? Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura in the last man standing match, right? The triple threat match for the women's title. I remember that being a match. John Cena and LA Knight versus the Bloodline. The Mysterio Mystery Men match versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. And there was one more match. Rhea Ripley. Oh, Judgment Day. Yeah, the Judgment Day versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso for the tag team championships. I don't remember seeing any other match. At least I can't remember off the top of my head. So I'll just say they have like maybe 5 matches for now. But regardless, though, not any of those matches are standard one-on-one matches. Unless I'm tripping. Let me go to the page. Let me go to Wikipedia real quick. Let me make sure there's no other matches on before I say some stupid shit. Hang on. Fastlane 2023. All right, scrolling down. All right, yeah. Seth Rollins, Shinsuke, last man standing match. John Cena, blah blah blah. Io, Oscar, Charlotte, Latino World, blah blah. Okay, yeah, cool. Right on the money. Sweet, I got it all right. Yeah, there's no singles matches for Fastlane. Not even a pre-show match or anything like that. I mean, I ain't tripping. I'm cool with that. Hopefully they keep it at 5 matches. If it's at 5 matches, then this show should be pretty damn good. Matches that you can actually focus on and, you know, fucking not having to go through 14 goddamn matches and sitting around for 5 hours. Thank you, WWE. Automatically, you're already better than fucking Wrestle Dream. Congratulations. Didn't really take that much effort, just have less matches. But with that being said, let's get to the main event and let's get the fuck up out of here. We got LA Knight versus Jey Uso. Boy, let's get it on going. Let's get it on going. All right, that was a pretty solid finish. That was nice. A nice little build to Fastlane. I mean, I feel as if they did this before, though. This isn't the first time they had the Bloodline and the Judgment Day team up, right? Like, I feel like they did this like a couple of months ago, although I could be wrong. Regardless, though, you had a one-on-one match with LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso, and they didn't really do much because the match only lasted, like, to the commercial break. And once you got past the commercial break, you got a run-in from Solo Sikoa, who caused a disqualification finish. They started jumping LA Knight. Eventually, John Cena came out. He tried to even the odds. Then eventually, the Judgment Day came out. And then Paul Heyman's like, do we have a deal with Rhea? So I'm not even sure if this is going to go past tonight. This is just probably something that happened for tonight only, which it is what it is. I mean, who cares in the end of the day? I mean, nothing really matters if Roman Reigns is not there, so who gives a shit? But Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, which I think I don't remember mentioning earlier in the intro, whether or not they were going to show up tonight. I feel like I did, but I probably didn't. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Also, Triple H is going to make an announcement next week. I mean, who knows what he's going to say? Do I really give a shit? No. Unless he's going to come on and say that the brand split is over with, I really don't give a shit. But they started to brawl a little bit. That is Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and LA Knight with the geeks over there with the fuck are their names again? God damn it, the Bloodline and Judgment Day. Nothing really much got done. JD McDonough was there just to eat everybody's finisher. He took a super. Was it a super kick? I think he took a super kick from Jey Uso. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I think he did. I'm not even sure. Well, actually, he got hit with a BFT from LA Knight, then a super kick, then a 5-knuckle shuffle, then an AA, and then Cody Rhodes gave him a wicked fucking crossroads, spiked the shit out of that kid. Sold the fuck out of it. That was actually pretty awesome. Threw his weight belt in the crowd too. I'm not gonna catch. I'm gonna get hit in the head on purpose, just like a sue Cody Rhodes if I was one of the people in the crowd, because I'm a terrible person, and as a terrible person, I do terrible motherfucking things. But that does it for tonight. We got tomorrow night coming up, Fastlane. Seems like it's going to be a pretty good show. If for nothing else, it's literally 1/3 damn near of the entire goddamn card from last Sunday. I bro, I get on my knees and I love you, Triple H. You are the homie, bro. Thank you. You understand that we people, we reviewers, we YouTubers, we have to review this stupid ass show, and you make it so much easier to review these garbage ass wrestling shows. I love you, Triple H. You're the best. I mean, I wish you'd probably be younger and actually come out of retirement and show these assholes a thing or two, but that's perfectly fine. You can sit there and destroy wrestling with a suit on instead, so that's cool. I'm okay with that. You're the best around, and nothing's ever gonna keep you down. Oh my god, that kid got shot in the head. Oh wait, no, it's local news. You guys have no clue what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, never mind. How's your local news going, guys, in Fox? Like, you guys have Fox also, obviously, right? I'm not stupid. How's your local news? Did someone get shot in the head, like down here? A little kid got shot in the head and his parents are like tending to him right now. What the fuck am I talking about? You guys don't give a shit what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, folks. Don't forget, tomorrow, unless some news pop up, anything big pops up, you ain't gonna be seeing me till tomorrow night. Fastlane is happening. I don't really expect any surprises. I don't expect anything outside of the tag team match with Mysterio for anything to go down. So, yeah, should be a pretty dull pay-per-view for all intents and purposes with some really, really good matches. With that being said, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, fuck, brain fart. There we go. That's my hopefully. Deuces, P. Eyes.